and welcome to First Chapter Fridays with Miss Valine, your CCMS media specialist, here today on this wonderful Friday with another brand new book straight out of the box, just stickered, labeled, and waiting for you to be putting it on hold and coming and picking it up from our media center. This book is Denis Ever After by Tony Abbot from the book jacket. Oh, here we go. Denis Egan is dead. He's okay with that. Port Haven, the place where souls go, is actually pretty nice. Sure, there are some things about his life and how it ended he can't quite recall, but that's how it's supposed to be. Remembering could prevent Denis from moving on to whatever's next. However, something is standing in his way. His twin brother, Matt, can't let go of him. And as long as the living are holding on to his memory, Denis can't rest in peace. So he returns home to find out why, only to realize that the circumstances surrounding his death are not at all what he imagined. To uncover the truth about what happened, Denis teams up with Matt. But leaving Port Haven for too long has painful consequences for Denis, and Matt's obsession with his brother's passing is driving a wedge between his still grieving parents. Can the boys solve the mystery without breaking apart the family Denis left behind? Remarkably moving, funny, and suspenseful, best-selling author Tony Abbott's latest novel will grab hold of your heart and won't let go. Chapter 1, Heaven or Whatever. So this morning I'm taking a slow glide with Gigi down to the shore, and she tells me right out of the blue how it's almost 5 years since I died. Gigi is my great-grandmother, and she says it like it's nothing. 5 years. We pause on the sidewalk. Really? 5 whole years? Russell told me. Russell is Gigi's friend. Russell isn't magical or anything. He just writes stuff down. Thanks, I tell her. I guess I forgot. Oh, Matt, a joke this early in the day? I'm not Matt. I'm Denis, Matt's twin's brother. Matt is alive and 12 now. I'm one of those, but not both. Gigi tugs my arm when I correct her. Denis, of course. We cross Water Street and start into the gently winding route to the harbor. You begin losing it right away, don't you? She says. Your memory. I believe I'm around 29 now. She's not. She's over 80, maybe near 90. Gigi died when Matt and I were tiny, and she sometimes confuses me with him, which is funny because people did that all the time when I was alive. I drown and float and drown and float. I love Gigi. She taught me so much about life and about being up here, but I think she's slipping away big time, forgetting things more quickly than ever, which, believe it or not, is what you're supposed to do when you get to Port Haven. I shiver among the yellow leaves. For the last 5 years, I've been on the road to becoming clean too. Being clean is a total point when you die. You clear your life out of your system like, well, your food when you have a stomach bug. You shake off the heaviness, you become air. I have a handful of memories of my family. My mom's smile, her wavy brown hair, her not hugging me so much, but my feeling warm and soft when she did. Dad was quite as a stump in the morning, then told off the wall jokes at supper like he was 2 different people. Maybe it was the afternoon beer he drank, but whatever. He taught me how to bike and play ball and other stuff. Mostly I remember my brother Matt, who I've known longer than anyone because obviously we were born together. Gigi did it right about forgetting. From the second we enter Port Haven, we start forgetting our lives. We do it in reverse, from the last moment we breathe real air to the very beginning until basically we become unborn. From the dark, the darker darkness rises, and there is silver. Naturally, where and when and how we died are the first things we forget. This is probably a good thing because who wants to remember dying? When the gasping and the leaking of all the fluids and all, even if you go quietly in your sleep, it can be a bit disgusting. And if you died violently, no way do you want to hold on to your fear and confusion and pain. How I died is mostly a total blank, almost. I think there were yellow leaves, fuzzy flakes crisscrossing a big shadow in my left eye, something silver. All in all, not very much. I should say that once you get completely clean, you leave here for Garden Hills. It's somewhere up beyond the slopes from where I am now. Nobody says much about Garden Hills because you don't come back from it. All I really know is that you come to Port Haven, you forget, then you go up there. Forever. Gigi walks the shore every day to welcome the dinghies or kayaks, battleships, and cruise liners that dock here with each new batch of souls. I totally said dinghies wrong because it's hyphenated and it just looks really strange. Sorry about that. So Gigi walks the shore each day to welcome the dinghies and kayaks, battleships, and cruise liners that dock here with each new batch of souls. It's how I first met her. When I paddled ashore, it was a slow death day. I was 7 and didn't know anybody. I never knew her when I was alive, but Gigi welcomed me and was nice and became my closest friend here. That's one of the great things about Port Haven. You get to know people you didn't when you were alive, and they're all pretty nice to you. Strolling the streets with Gigi like I am now makes me feel warm inside. She gives off a scent like a just peeled orange. It's a happy smell. And she has a glow, soft and almost musical, that she wraps me up in. Gigi makes me feel safe. Myself, I don't normally watch for boats. I'm not expecting anyone, but I'm heading to the shore today because over the last week, I've been attacked by noises clawing at the inside of my head. After 5 years with Gigi, I was just getting to where I was clearing out and calming down. I was on track. The yellow leaves and the things in my eye were getting so I almost didn't think about them anymore. Then this horrible scratching begins, like tree branches tearing at your window in a storm, like fingernails scraping through a layer of paint and showing you what lies beneath. It means someone has unfinished business with you. Gigi said as she sat with me on the porch swing this morning. Your brother, maybe, or your father, or the postman, your priest, the teacher, or the president. I read my eyebrow and smirked when she told me that. I thought we're supposed to be about that, haunting them and all. Gigi giggled then. Ironic, isn't it? Denis ever after. So were you scratching your head a little bit like me when I was reading that first chapter about your thoughts and your beliefs about death and what happens to us where we go beyond this world? This book is really going to challenge your way of thinking and maybe put a little bit of a different spin on what you've always thought you've known to be. Great little escape, this book, Denis Ever After. I hope you've enjoyed that first chapter. I hope you check it out. Go to CCMS Media Center, click on Destiny, and log in. Find Denis Ever After. Click hold, and I will place it on hold for you. It'll be downstairs in the office for you to come and pick up any day that school is open. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. See you next week.